Podcast.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Don't Know Ball podcast. My name is Isaac Isringhausen, and as always, I am joined by Josh Coloni and Lucas Dalton. Fellas, we are back in studio. How about that?
I'm glad we're here for the podcast. I'm not overly excited to be here in general.
Nope.
Yeah, I felt that. I've been up since about 5 o'clock this morning. So
well, you went to the gym.
I was also up at 5 o'clock this morning having delusions.
You sent the most interesting voice message into our fucking group chat.
I remember recording a voice message when I woke up, but I remember unsending it like, oh, I'm dreaming. But I clearly still sent a text.
Yes.
I was dreaming that I was having an unconsensual dental procedure done in my bed. And I woke up like, I'm going to fight these motherfuckers and I'm going to make this stop.
Yeah.
And I wanted to let you guys know.
I haven't been sleeping good at all since I came back to Lindenwood.
I had a rough,
I woke up 8 times last night.
I was excited for
4
today.
of the times were within 30 minutes of each other.
I hate that.
I can't sleep. Like, first of all, there's some constant banging and knocking on. No, it's not that.
First week.
Yeah, it's not that. At my dorm, and it's like it's everywhere, so I can't sleep. It's everywhere, and I don't know what it is. And I heard people complaining about it last year, so it has to be something in that building.
Yeah. What building is it?
Blanton.
It's haunted.
Yeah, my sweet mate's still not there.
So you know how like Mary Sibley has Sibley, it's Joe Blanton.
Joe Blanton.
I hope that hit with you guys.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Joe Blanton.
I'm glad.
But yes, my sweet mate's still not there, so that's been nice.
I don't baseball player.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also. Reliever from like the mid 2010s.
Was he on the Phillies?
Yep.
Yeah. Dodgers too. He had a home run in the playoffs. In the World Series, remember? It was against the Rays.
I don't.
Oh, well, I'm cultured.
Yeah, I was going to say the name.
memory.
That name does sound familiar, but knowing you, it's not.
I'm not normal.
I actually got a lower score than he did in Immaculate Grid.
So I missed one.
Myself.
It was 2,000 hits for the Angels, and I was like, well, I got to go Tim Salmon.
Mm-hmm.
No.
It wasn't?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
I went with Ricky Henderson.
But I did pull out Sandy Leone for the Rangers in that.
I did steal that off of him.
I feel like they hype up Tim Salmon to be the best Angel ever.
He's really not that great.
Well, it's because they're like the fish people. Salmon and trout are like the best angels ever.
We did
outside of Mike Trout, like it's very slim pickings for who the best angel ever is.
Ohtani. Yeah.
I did. They had Cardinals outfield too, and he's like, "Who should I put?" Adrian Chambers.
I was debating between Alan Craig and Lance Berkman for some reason.
I was like, Adrian Chambers.
Those are the 2 guys that kind of came to my mind.
Was it just Cardinals outfield? That's it?
Yeah, Cardinals outfield, Cardinals Rangers, Cardinals Angels.
Michael Ciani?
I did Jeremy Hazelbaker,
which was a good.
That's a better one.
And I did for Cardinals Rangers, Drew Robinson.
For Cardinals Rangers, I did Arthur
Patrick
Rhodes.
Wisdom.
Drew Robinson.
Arthur Rhodes.
And then I did, Arthur Rhodes is a good pull.
Yeah.
And then I did.
I was proud of that. He said good pull.
I love how we all just picked a random player, that Cardinal Ranger player.
Cardinals Angels?
Pujols.
What the fuck? That's the most common answer.
What did you
ever.
put?
I'll let you go. What'd you put first?
Oh, I remember what you put. Peter Borges.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because Randall Grichuk was too obvious.
Yeah.
He's played on the Angels now. Yeah. And then.
You did? Okay.
You did.
I did Jason Isringhausen, because got to flex the fact that your cousin used to play the majors.
So, today we have cooked up for a brief episode a ranking of our personal opinions, our top players on every 30 teams, and then ranked them.
Yes. So
2 of us have. Izzy's gonna.
I'm going to raw dog this because I have had a busy few weeks. So
no, I get it.
Yes.
We got a lot of rankings coming up. That'll be fun. But this one was easy.
One player on each team, the player that we think is the best. I can promise you Josh is going to have different answers than the rest of us.
Yeah, I wanted to be different for some of these really badly.
Yeah.
For some reason, you say for some reason wanted to be different, but like you're the most different person.
He would have been different anyway.
Yeah.
Yep. So
wait till his Giants won.
We're going to start in the AL East with the Baltimore Orioles.
The obvious answer is Gunnar Henderson.
Okay, I'm glad we agree with Gunnar. So some of these are going to be easy.
If you would have asked me this at the beginning of the year, I would have said Adley, but after seeing how it's played out, it's obviously Gunnar.
Gunnar I think, is a top 10 player in baseball.
I would disagree with that.
Wait till my ranking because I agree.
I think he's second only to Bobby Witt in terms of shortstops.
So, easily. Yeah. So the Tampa Bay Rays.
Ooh, this is a tough.
I talked to Lucas when I made this list about who I
picked Yandy. You didn't tell me who you were going to pick. I picked Yandy, though.
What do you think, Izzy? Before I drop a bombshell.
I made fun of him that he was going to pick Curtis Mead.
I would have to agree. It's like Yandy. It's like that team's just been the most disappointing.
He's going to pick Taj Bradley.
No. I love Yandy Diaz. Yes. I will preface. He's had a rough year.
I know who he's going to pick. Richie Palacios.
Brandon Lowe.
Oh.
That would have been my second choice.
Well, that's not as out there as I thought you were going to go.
I think, he's had a couple injured years, but when he's healthy, he's a good hitter.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
I think that's. I love Yandy Diaz. I have to preface, but he's had a rough year. He's 30. He's on the wrong side of 30.
Yeah.
I think Brandon Lowe's your best player.
I mean, Brandon Lowe's like also a second baseman who can hit 30 home runs.
Exactly, which is extremely valuable.
Yeah, because when I did this list, I was thinking more of like career also more than just.
That makes sense.
I did
too.
right now
I don't
moving
disagree
on,
with that.
and I didn't put any injured players. I know you asked about that, so my Marlins is going to be very. Yep.
Well, my Marlin. Well, I mean, I feel there's only one obvious one.
I didn't pick it.
Yankees. Aaron Judge.
Yeah,
Juan Soto.
Really?
Okay.
Okay.
Because
so how are you going to argue against the guy that has 51 home runs in August and batting .330?
Because I think that Juan Soto does more things better, like
not
walk.
defense.
No, but
or hit .330 or hit 50 homers.
What is Juan Soto hitting?
Not .330.
Juan Soto has 37 home runs.
I think it might be 38 now.
Let me check his baseball.
As much as you don't like Aaron Judge and his whole Yankee Stadium home run fiasco.
I don't hate Aaron Judge.
You have to.
Soto's sitting at 296 with 37 homers and 94 or 95 RBI.
It's the right time to mention that the Yankees have two outfielders that are going to put up at least 8.5 WAR.
Yes.
And bat 300 with 40 homers. That is fucking insane.
And you know what's crazy?
But Judge is better.
You told me the other day this is
I
nothing,
agree,
but Jazz Chisholm already has half the home runs he did with the Marlins already with the Yankees.
That's wild. Like I swear, like not taking anything away from what Judge has done because it's 51 homers in August is fucking impressive.
Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday.
But you also play in a little league like a little league state.
You do.
So you have to take that into consideration as well.
I agree.
But like, if you look at his home and road splits, which I haven't done that, I don't know why I'm bringing this up, but like
I'm sure
I'm very interested to look at the home and road splits. But like his power, he's
playing anywhere.
Yeah, his power will play anywhere. He's a 30, 40 home run guy no matter where he plays.
Do you know how old he is?
He's like 31.
33 next season.
Yep.
We were talking about that Sunday.
Like, he was such a late bloomer too.
Yep.
It's hard to remember that.
Yeah,
and he's been around a while now.
Because like, didn't he get brought? He got called up when he was like 25.
End of his 24 year, he sucked, and his first big year was 25. Plus, you had the COVID year, so you missed that. So
yeah,
because he only played.
We're talking like
60 games the COVID year.
50 career WAR, but is he a Hall of Famer? His counting stats
that's going to bring up once we get done ranking. There's a very interesting thing I saw on Instagram that I kind of want to bring up too.
So we'll move to the Red Sox. I feel like this is fairly. I went between two. I picked Rafael Devers.
I picked Duran.
I would say
I wanted to pick Duran, but I feel like Devers is just really good at it.
I
agree.
This close to picking Tyler O'Neill, which is crazy.
That's insane because he's not better than Rafael Devers.
I agree.
But
Jarren Duran, you can make a good case
you can make
for.
an argument that Tyler O'Neill's better than Jarren Duran, but like Rafael Devers is easily the best player on the Red Sox. He's arguably a top 5 third baseman in the league.
Blue Jays?
I didn't know he was hitting 290 this year.
Blue Jays should be
Vladdy.
I was surprised you didn't pick Joey Loperfido.
Well, that's a different ranking.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Vladdy's easy. Okay, so this one I think is fun. It's the White Sox.
White Sox. I thought you were gonna pick Josh H. Smith.
So we moved on to the AL Central.
AL Central. Okay. Sorry, I should have clarified that. We're on to the White Sox.
Luis Robert.
Who did I?
So I picked Garrett Crochet.
So did I.
I don't disagree with that.
So I looked at his stats this year and I was like, that's better than I thought it would be.
Have you looked at Robert this year?
He sucks. He's hitting under 200.
He's awful.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, I need to look at this.
I was this close to picking Brooks Baldwin, though. Trust me.
There it is.
I have a.
You would have jumped on the table.
You can tell I've done no research. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's so bad.
While Izzy's looking up the Lubob lore,
I was going strictly off of like talent, and just name recognition.
Because you would think it would be him.
Yeah.
Brooks Baldwin makes me mad because I pride myself at knowing all the players in the league, and I don't know who Brooks Baldwin is before he came up, and that makes me mad.
He's a switch hitting second baseman.
Which you would think I would like.
Yes.
Because it fits my bill.
Just wait till he's on the Orioles in a couple of years.
Yeah,
You'll really like him.
love Brooks Baldwin.
I need to look at Garrett Crochet's numbers now.
He's been good.
I mean,
for the White Sox, that's not bad.
Yeah, for the White
Sox. I mean,
Sox.
a 6-9 record, nice. But a sub-4 ERA, I mean, on a team
pitch very deep, though.
Team that has lost over 100 games in
to win 6 on a team that has 30?
A couple was it like a month ago when Bellinger hit a home run off Crochet? It was the first time ever that a lefty's hit a home run off him.
He's very good.
That's kind of crazy.
So
wish we had him.
Yes, right. Well,
it's crazy that if the same trades would have happened minus Tommy Pham, right now we would have been talking about how Tommy Pham was the best White Sox.
Yes, I think I would have.
And didn't he get signed in like June?
No, he got signed at the very last couple days of spring training. Oh. Very last.
Why did I think he got signed?
It felt like it.
I don't think he came up until like the end of April.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, the Royals. That should be
Bobby Witt.
Bobby Witt. Okay.
Yep.
The Guardians.
Although they're the first team in the MLB with 3 players with over 90 RBIs. which is just
Vinny Pasquantino is one of them, which is
Vinny, Salvi, and Bobby Witt all have over 90 RBIs.
Those are the three guys I would have guessed too.
The Guardians.
Jose Ramirez.
Steven Kwan.
Really?
Ooh.
Hot take. I love Jose Ramirez.
It's close between Jose Ramirez and Steven Kwan, but me like Steven Kwan has had a
he's bet like 330.
Is he again? And he has more power too.
I love Jose Ramirez.
I love Jose Ramirez too.
I think he's just the best.
He's the best third base. I mean, it's 1A and 1B between those two.
Steven Kwan's hitting 302 with 13
I'm
homers,
glad nobody said Josh Naylor because I don't get the hype, but
I like Bo Naylor better, but they don't even play Bo Naylor.
I feel like Josh Naylor's a good he's a good clubhouse presence.
It just doesn't seem like that good of a player.
He has good energy, but it's like I don't see him as anything special.
Tigers.
Skubal.
Oh, this is that's easy.
Skubal. Okay, glad we agree.
Yeah.
All right, this one I was looking forward to because I could say so much about this. The Minnesota Twins.
Royce Lewis.
Fuck. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
love
either
Royce Lewis.
Royce Lewis or Pablo Lopez, but I got to give it to Lewis.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that. I was going to pick Joe Ryan.
Of course you were.
Royce Lewis plays every day.
Yes. Well,
he's making a name.
Supposed to.
When he's not injured, it's just like Trout. When Royce Lewis is healthy, he's a top 5 player.
Well, I said this when I was in Minnesota. I don't know if I saw him
hit home runs both games we went to.
Royce Lewis is one of the best players I've ever seen live.
Yes.
I haven't seen him play live. I want to see him play live.
He just homers every time. Extra base hits homers. It's like that is so impressive. Plays good defense.
And he's not a big guy either.
No. He had a homer the opposite way down the line. I was like, this guy just does it all.
He's got a very I don't want to say slender, but it's like a kind of athletic-ish build. But you look at him, you don't think that's a 30 home run type of player.
But it is.
Like he is very impressive.
If he can stay healthy, I think he's 25 now. If he can stay healthy the rest of his career, put out 12, 15 years in the league, I think you look at a potential Hall of Famer. I think he's that good.
I think right now, once he ends the season, I wouldn't be shocked if he gets looked at as a top 5 third baseman in the league.
He really, they had a stat on the board that over half his hits, he'd only been 40 games at that point, extra base hits.
Yep.
I'm not shocked.
The dude just is an extra base hit machine. Yep. He's great. All right. AL West, start with the Angels. I feel like this one.
Mike Trout.
Yeah.
I didn't pick injury, but
Mike Trout.
You literally cannot make an argument for
anybody
else.
You can pick O'Hoppe?
Mike Trout is.
No?
When healthy, Mike Trout is easily.
I picked Mike Trout.
Oh, you did?
You can't. I tried not to pick injured players, but you can't.
Yeah. If you look at just their body of work and their peak performance, he's
the right answer.
His peak is probably top 10 ever.
Yes.
Easily. Maybe top 5.
Yeah.
All right. A's.
Lawrence Butler.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah, I know. We talked about it. Brent Rooker.
Yeah. I like Lawrence Butler a lot. I think he's got potential to be 2020 fella.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can see
he won't be on the.
Not a rapper.
I can see it.
No, he's not a rapper. Everybody tries to be a rapper nowadays, and he sucks at it.
Seattle Mariners.
So I pick Andres Munoz because the Mariners suck.
Is he?
Yeah, the Mariners have been one of the most disappointing teams.
Yes.
They have been.
I want to say Julio, but he's been terrible this year.
That's what I thought too. So I didn't pick Julio.
I would say Logan Gilbert.
Look, this is a man of culture. I also picked Logan Gilbert.
I almost thought about
I really think he's great.
I took Cal Raleigh into consideration because
that was the only position player you can even fathom picking, I think. And that says a lot about Julio because Julio is very talented, but he's just not been great the last 2 years.
He has not been good this year, no.
Last year, besides that one, was it August that he went crazy?
Yeah. He had a good second half.
He had
his whole season.
16 hits in 5 games.
He kind of sucked the first half. So
kind of sucked.
And that's now 2 years that Julio has just not been that great. So I can't pick him.
I had to pick Andres Munoz because
very good closer.
1.8 ERA.
I picked one reliever on this list for what it's worth. So there, and it's not Andres Munoz, but not a bad pick.
Yeah, I looked at the starters, but I was like, well,
I almost picked Brian Wu.
I almost picked Brian Wu too,
but I feel like Gilbert's a little bit more
Luis
track
Castillo.
record. You have to consider Luis Castillo as well. Their whole pitching staff, their
pitching
5 is insane.
Their pitching is what's keeping them afloat.
I saw,
and it's not even up for debate.
Savant puts their stadium at basically a Coors for pitchers, but I still think to be able to do it, there's a difference between having the conditions and doing it, and being able to do it the way they're doing it. That's a very good rotation.
100%.
Rangers.
I picked Seager.
I also picked Seager.
I would also pick Seager.
Okay, that's easy. Astros. I think you can go a couple times.
I picked Jordan.
Kyle Tucker.
I was going to say either Jordan
So
or Kyle
I looked
Tucker.
between Jordan and Kyle Tucker. Jordan is just better.
I just think Kyle Tucker being able to play defense gives him a little bit edge of the best player.
Yeah,
Jordan's their best hitter, but all
Kyle
best
Tucker's hitting 260 and Jordan's hitting 305, and they're like the same stats.
But Kyle Tucker's been hurt all year.
Well, yeah, thanks Cardinals for that.
We did that.
And he got re-injured again.
Yeah, I just think in a good year, Kyle Tucker's that guy.
I've always loved Jordan, though. I've said it for years that he's the best pure hitter.
One of the few people in the league that genuinely scares me to face.
Like, yeah, I think he's the best pure hitter in the league, besides maybe Ohtani now.
I mean, Ohtani's insane.
Unless Wade LeBlanc's pitching.
What did you?
I would say it's a honestly
it's a close call. Yeah,
flip a coin between Kyle Tucker and Jordan. You can't go wrong with either one.
I was gonna pick, and that's crazy that we didn't even mention Altuve, and he's really good.
Yep,
hitting 300 with 18 home runs.
I think a lot of Kyle Tucker.
Yeah,
me
player,
too.
So. And he's young.
Yeah,
so
and he's for years.
I mean, Jordan's young too, isn't he?
Yeah,
they're like the same age.
Their core is not bad. It's just kind of dwindling.
It's getting old. Yeah.
All right, on to the NL and the Braves.
I picked Acuna.
I would have to pick Acuna too. I mean,
I just don't think you can really.
Yeah,
maybe Sale, but he's not Acuna.
Yeah, no, he's not.
Acuna, when healthy, is a top 3 player.
Easily. Yep. Yeah, you can't make that argument against that. Mets.
I picked Lindor.
I also picked Lindor. Because he's really good, and I was not aware.
Say it, Izzy. Do it.
You're going to beat Alonso.
Yeah,
I dare you.
Pete Alonso. I mean,
yeah.
He's simply not Francisco Lindor.
No, Lindor's having one of the best seasons of all time.
I think his defense would give me the edge. Lindor's defense gives me a slight edge over Alonso.
He might be the MVP.
Alonso can tear the cover off the ball, but I mean, Lindor can hit for contact, he can hit for power. He's not as fast as he used to be, but his defense is.
Last time I looked now, I don't know if it's the same now, but Lindor had a higher F4 than Ohtani this year.
I think it's true. I think that's still true.
Yeah, that's still crazy.
Phillies, because I now we talked about this when I made my list. The Phillies, I think you can really go a
million different ways. I picked Aaron Nola.
I'm just kidding. I was gonna say Bryson Stott.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Bryce Harper. I'm like, well, I mean, that's the answer.
I mean, yeah, it's Bryce Harper.
It's Zach Wheeler for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the 3. I like Aaron Nola. The only reason I picked him was like consistency. Yeah, he's very good every single
Same
year.
as Zach Wheeler.
Yes.
And you can really even try to make a claim on Trey Turner.
Oh, 100%.
I didn't realize he's batting over 300 this year.
Yep.
And then, like, you still have Schwarber. Like, he's not good average-wise, but the homers is there, and Castellanos is just not good anymore.
You really can go a lot of ways there.
Also, there's a reason why Matt Strahm in the bullpen.
We didn't even mention Ranger Suarez either.
Yeah, I know. It's a good team. I think Zach Wheeler is probably one of, like, track record-wise and consistency, probably a top 5 starter in baseball.
I agree.
He's really good.
I mean,
goes innings, always good. Strikeouts, good pitcher, for sure. But Nola's the same way, and Bryce Harper's Bryce Harper.
I genuinely
There's not a wrong answer.
I genuinely don't see a team in the NL beating the Phillies this year.
I don't either. I thought the Braves were at the beginning of the year.
The Braves were the only team that would
injuries.
The Dodgers, I mean,
injuries.
Before they got injured, yeah, I can.
They're getting back, though. But still, they're heavily injured. All right. This one, the Nationals.
C.J. Abrams.
Okay.
Even though he's kind of.
Yeah, I would have to go.
I thought about picking James Wood because, like.
He's hitting higher average than I thought he would.
But CJ's, he's their guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can't pick a pitcher. I thought about Jake Irvin as well, but I don't think he's not.
You traded Juan Soto for C.J. Abrams. Yeah.
And you're getting what you. I mean, they're getting what they thought they were going to get out of that Soto trade. By the way, I mean, not gonna lie, good for them. All right.
Wish we could have gotten that.
The Marlins.
I picked Jake Burger.
I also picked Jake Burger.
Xavier Edwards.
I knew.
I hate to sound like that one guy, but the fuck?
He hit for the cycle earlier this year.
He did. When nobody talked about it because they lost by like 10.
He is batting .350.
Yeah.
In 50 games.
Is he a rookie?
Yep.
Yeah.
137 OPS plus. Not a power hitter. Good defense. He's fast. I just think he's a more all-around player than Jake Burger.
So I was gonna pick him, but I'm like, he's a rookie, so no. That's the only
now, if he was healthy, Sandy Alcantara.
Yes.
And Jake Burger's easy top 3. But I think Xavier Edwards, I have small sample.
I genuinely never heard of that guy.
Yeah, hit for the cycle. A game the Marlins lost like 10-4, and nobody talked about it.
We were in.
Yeah, because we were in the hotel, and I was like, Xavier Edwards hit for the cycle, and you were like, what?
Well, then I looked into him, and like, he's batting .350. I don't care if it's a smaller sample. That's impressive. And their team, minus Sandy Alcantara, is not good.
No.
So you can't.
It's okay. You bet on Jake Burger to not do good, and then he heard that.
Well, yeah, I had a free. I put money in, you get free $5 back. So I had $2 left, and I was like, well, I'll just bet Jake Burger to get under on bases today. He hit a home run his first bet, and then he did it again.
And then he's been really good since then.
You're welcome, Jake.
That is why I do not sports.
I like Jake Burger because he's from Missouri.
Yep, he went to Tommy's sister's college, and they're very proud of that over in the Flores household. Shout out Tommy.
Where did?
It's Missouri State.
Oh, okay.
Down yonder.
I feel like Jake Berger will be a Cardinal one day.
Yeah.
Him
Him
and
and
almost has to be.
Fairbanks. Like we always like our local guys and our reunion guys.
Yep.
The
Well,
Cardinals.
the local guy that we should have gotten was. I'm not gonna go on that rant.
Scherzer?
Actually. Yeah.
Oh, he's going to be a free agent. It's not too late. He's the right age.
Yeah, he is the agent Mosaic loves.
Yep. 40.
Are you in your 40s? Yes. Here you
Well,
go.
here you go. Here's a contract. All right. NL
I'm gonna lie,
Central.
but
Start with the Cardinals. Got to start with the Cardinals on this podcast.
Alec Burleson. He's the best. There's literally no arguing. You can't say Contreras.
It's a
He's
tough
been
call.
injured
You
too.
could go a lot of
It
ways.
is a tough call, but you and I actually talked about this last month, I think in your
so.
basement. Nothing against that.
That sounds crazy.
That sounds
That
creepy.
does sound crazy. So
There's got to be a better way to word that.
my room. That sounds even worse. My living space.
Yes, your house.
My
Your
house.
Your house. Alec Burleson, I have said this 100 times. He is a guy I'm glad I was wrong on. He has been very impressive. He has 100% changed my mind on
And
him.
I might add, I think lately I've been thinking about this. He's probably one of my favorite players too.
Also,
Hard
that's like
not to-
crazy. They showed a stat last night.
Batting 350 second time through
That's
a
what I was
lineup.
going to say.
That's
top
crazy.
in the MLB the second time through.
I would
which is
say, though,
just insane.
it's close between him and Mason Wynn, but I got to give it to Mason Wynn because I think Mason Wynn's a much better defender, and he gives you more value as a defender and a base runner. And he'll hit roughly about the same.
I think Alec
but with
Burleson
less
has
home
more
runs.
stolen bases than Mason Wynn.
I picked Ryan Helsley.
I was gonna. I thought about that.
You say he's sucked all year and he's not good.
Well,
40 saves.
I think I love Mason Wynn and I love Alec Burleson, but he is the most.
He's the reason
consistent
we're in a
on the
race.
yeah.
Like Mason is very, but season long he's at OPS just over league average.
Yeah.
Incredible defense and he's a rookie, sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Burleson kind of the same way.
Yes.
Helsley's been there. I would have picked Contreras
Right.
if Contreras was healthy. More
Man, I
like,
feel bad
he's
for him.
been
He had the
injured a lot.
wrist problems, the broken arm,
It's
the
not
broken
his fault.
finger. At least he won't need surgery. He's only going to be out 3 weeks.
Oh, he might as well.
I mean, we speak right now on August 27th, 2024. Cardinals are 65 and 66, and Helsley has saved 40 of
of
our
those games.
65 wins.
And
That's
I-
crazy.
Kind of.
I-
I want to see the math on this.
We'll piggyback on what you say. Yes, I complain about Helsley a lot simply because when he's not great, it's very hard to watch, but he still gets saves, and when he's right, he's dominant. He's the best player.
When
on the team.
he's on his game, he is the most dominant pitcher in baseball.
Agreed.
You will never get me to change my mind. He has saved 61% of our wins.
He's insane.
Which is fucking insane.
And I would have gone Sonny Gray if Sonny Gray hasn't been awful since.
Sonny Gray-
Sonny Gray has been the biggest, as a Cardinals fan, Sonny Gray has been the biggest disappointment to me, and that is saying a lot
Yep.
because Goldschmidt has underperformed and Arenado has underperformed.
So
Shout
I'll
out
actually
Arenado.
Disagree.
Arenado's getting it
power is
back.
gone.
He's getting it back,
And I
but-
made this list like 2 weeks ago. I think nowadays I'd consider Arenado.
That's fair.
His power is not where it used to be. That sucks.
No,
but
we have to-
everything else is.
We have to
Defense is coming
accept
back.
the fact that Arenado's not a power hitter anymore, and if he can start to go the other way,
If he
then-
can still hit 20 and bat 280, I don't care.
I'll
His
be
defense
fine,
is
yeah.
going to get better.
Yeah.
I think it's you said it at the game we went to. It's a confidence thing for Arenado.
his defense has been really good lately.
He'll figure it out. Brewers. Or sorry, I didn't want to cut you off. Go ahead.
I picked
I have
William
no idea what William
Contreras.
Contreras is. I would also say William Contreras.
Christian Yelich.
Okay. I don't disagree.
Oh, you can't go.
I mean, like he was so bad for so many years, and he was good this year.
I just feel
again.
like the years that he's been good, I feel like there's probably a reason why he was bad, more so than there is a reason why he was good, if that makes
it's
sense.
just that back has been such a problem
Yeah.
for him, and it sucks. It really sucks. Like he's actually really good, but
He's got a fun TikTok, too.
yes,
Saw
I
him
like-
making fun of Bryce Wilson's weight the other day on TikTok.
Yeah, he
which
was
great.
making fun of Bryce Wilson.
Did you see that, too?
I
It's fun.
did.
The Cubs.
Imanaga.
Yeah, I would say Imanaga.
I went with Ian Happ.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't
Because I think the Cubs are kind of in the same boat as we are. Like there's a lot of decent players, but not one that sticks out above the rest.
Right.
Yeah, because Bellinger.
Because Imanaga hasn't been quite as good as he was.
No, he's
to
still
start.
ERA.
And he's still
barely
really
over
good.
3,
But
yeah. But Bellinger's hitting 277. I think I
He's
didn't
been
look at
injured.
Ian Happ, but
I don't know. I like Ian Happ.
He's
He
hitting a
kills
lot of-
us. He pisses me off, but he's a good
Same.
player.
surprised you didn't pick Isak Paredes for.
No, have you seen what he's done since the trade? He has been
He's
awful.
hit like 2 home runs,
Yeah.
and that's about it.
I like Isak though.
Yeah,
The Reds.
Ellie. You didn't pick Ellie.
I didn't pick
The
Ellie.
Reds are too good, too weird for you to not.
It would either be Ellie or Spencer Steer.
Ooh, I like the
You
Spencer
picked
Steer.
McLean.
No, I picked Hunter Green.
His
Ah.
stuff is electric. His
Yep.
stuff is
He's
electric.
very good.
ERA is one of the best in the NL. He strikes out people, obviously, because you're right. His stuff is insane.
He's the pitching factory of the Reds.
Yeah, they have a lot of guys. Mm-hmm. I don't know about them, but a lot of guys.
He's the second best starting pitcher in the Central, not named the guy that we're probably getting ready to name.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I would have gone Ellie. I love Ellie De La Cruz. He kills us, but
yes, he does.
I just think Hunter Green's really good.
I think
I don't disagree with that.
Ellie is like
that's a good pick.
He's just like a fast Nolan Gorman.
And I knew you guys were going to pick Ellie, so I wanted to spice it up. You can't go. I think either way is the right answer. Pirates.
Skeens.
Paul Skeens.
You say he's the best pitcher in the NL or the NL Central. Is what you just said.
100%.
I think he's one of the best pitchers in baseball.
Wait till my ranking.
I mean,
that's all I'm gonna say.
I was in between sets this morning during my workout. I was just scrolling through Instagram and I was trying to see people argue for Jackson Merrill being Rookie of the Year because he plays every day.
So,
which I think is a good argument, but
you cannot
Paul
vote
Skeens
against
has
Paul
been
Skeens. That good and
Paul Skeens has been arguably the most hyped up starting pitching prospect ever,
and he's living up to it.
Not only is he living up to it, he is surpassing it.
So
he's surpassing expectations, which is something that
he's living up to it.
No, I remember when we recorded remotely, and it was like, people were talking about him being an all-star, and it's like, I don't know. I'll admit I was wrong.
Yeah.
He was as the starter. Right choice. Yep. There is nobody in the NL that has been better than Paul Skeens.
Everyone knows that Major League Baseball doesn't market their players well, but
they are him, and they're doing it well.
He's doing whatever they're doing to market him, which I think Livy does.
I was going to say, I think she does more to market him than the MLB does, but I think it piggybacks
but because
off each
of
other.
how popular she is, you can't not market him.
There's plenty of guys in the league that are dating like notable women. I think Cole Tucker, right?
Yeah.
Like literally,
Paul Skeens helps himself out. Like obviously, you can make the claim that what's her name, Vanessa Hudgens, markets Cole Tucker. Mm-hmm. Cole Tucker sucks.
Yes.
Paul Skeens can help himself out by being that good and having somebody that helps him on the personal life side in terms of boosting his.
And how many guys?
But it's kind of the same with Dansby Swanson. His wife is the one that just scored the gold medal goal for.
I hate to think that they're only good. I don't think Paul Skeens is only notable because of Livy Dunn. Don't get me wrong, but it definitely helps their personal marketing image more to have that.
Yeah.
So, but Paul Skeens.
And how many guys can say they've struck out Shohei Ohtani on 3 pitches, and, all of them being fastballs?
Then you get to go home to Livy Dunn.
You sound very jealous about that.
Not at all. I am happy with. On to the San Diego Padres.
Tatis.
Who did I pick? I picked Machado.
I picked Tatis.
It's Tatis.
I think Machado
you can go both ways.
just because
I'm a huge
consistency.
So maybe it's just because I'm slightly biased because I just love Tatis. He's one of my favorite players to watch, but
he's good.
I was tempted to pick Jake Cronenworth, but I didn't realize he's only hitting 244.
I was tempted to pick another one of their infielders because I think
Ha-Seong Kim.
I fucking love Ha-Seong Kim.
I'm just thinking now. I put him as the 5th best shortstop going into this year.
He's had a rough year. I don't think that's Ha-Seong Kim. I think he's better, and that's why I didn't pick him.
Yeah.
And I think Tatis being an outfielder and a little faster puts him above Machado.
Well, and Tatis also made the shift from shortstop to outfield, which isn't an easy shift
exactly.
to make.
Which I think we should also mention. O'Neal Cruz is doing the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Center field now, which is
I would have put him in right. He's a big guy for center field, but
he's athletic enough to make the. He's athletic enough. He's got a strong enough arm to really do that.
They got just a little destroyed by the Cubs, 18-4 or whatever the score was.
I would have chosen O'Neal Cruz to become a first baseman, given the size.
Yeah.
But center field, I mean, he's athletic enough.
But the Pirates and the Brewers, they both love their chubby first baseman. Shout out Rowdy Tellez.
We're going to go with the Giants.
I picked Logan Webb, who I said I was probably going to pick.
I am so proud of my pick.
I was going to pick who you picked, but I didn't want. I want you to have your spotlight.
I'm so proud. Izzy, what do you think about the Giants?
You're going to either.
I was going to say I would have said Jorge Soler at the beginning of the year, but I mean, I haven't really watched much of their games.
So you're not going to know who I picked.
It's probably going to be Logan Webb, but yeah, I mean, I can't.
Tyler Fitzgerald.
Yeah, I knew that's who he was going to.
I think I've heard of the name.
He is really good.
I'm surprised you didn't pick Blake Snell.
14 homers.
Even though he kind of
70 games.
Yes.
Batting 300.
Yep.
That's good for 160 OPS plus. He's put up 3 WAR in 60 games or 70 games.
Yep. And he steals bases.
Yep.
Because he's really fast.
Yep. I just don't think Logan Webb is good. He would have been too, but nobody else in the Giants is like, that guy's good, except Tyler Fitzgerald.
Right.
Yep. Their offense is bad. Like, their offense sucks.
Yeah, I don't know how they're keeping afloat with us.
Yes.
There's nothing that's good about them.
No.
but go Giants. All right.
They are fourth in the.
Yeah, they're above us.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are above us.
That's wild.
Yep.
I doubt y'all have heard of most of their players at this point.
And talent-wise, we have a much more talented roster than them.
Yeah, so I don't know. They're playing very well. We're playing not. I think that's the best way to chalk that.
Yeah.
Rockies.
So I know who you picked.
Yeah.
I picked the other one, Ezekiel Tovar.
Okay.
Brenton Doyle.
Okay, I also picked Brenton Doyle. Thank you. I'm glad you were going to say like something like
Charlie
I don't even
Black.
know.
I considered Ryan McMahon, but
Yeah, I think we talked. That's the three you have to pick
Yeah.
because like we watched the Yankees. They played the Yankees the other day. Their offense really
Shout
isn't
out
bad.
Jake Cave.
really,
Like like they score runs. Like I know Coors helps,
Right.
but like it's not a bad offense. Their pitching's just that bad. But no, I think Brenton Doyle. He's 20 for 20. He'd probably he's insane.
I just like
Insane
Tovar
defense.
because he's young and good.
Let's do the easy one. The Dodgers.
Otani.
Yep.
Mookie Betts.
Ooh. Okay. I can see why.
Mookie Betts can play all three outfield positions.
But Otani
Two
can
infield
He
positions.
can play shortstop. He can play catcher. He hits for average.
I don't know about
Or not
catcher.
ca- I'm at second base.
I don't know about that.
It's been a long.
That's a prediction.
It's been a long fucking day. I mean, he can play second base. He can play shortstop. All three outfield positions. He can hit for contact. He can hit for power. The speed's not there anymore, but
It's not bad though.
it's not bad. He's got pretty good speed, great defense. There's nothing on a baseball field that he can't do. And you do mention him like Shohei Ohtani can pitch, but if you look at his pitching numbers, they're not that good.
They're okay.
They're middle of the road, but they're not.
But
what you would
I think a
consider an
middle of the
ace
road pitcher that can also be 40-40 is
50-50, I think, by the end of the year,
Yeah.
which is insane. That's why I picked
And
Ohtani.
also, Shohei Ohtani has only DH'd this year.
I get
not,
that.
I'm not saying that a DH is the best player.
Yeah.
on
I
the
think
team. I'm
Mookie's
sorry.
not a bad call. I have a hard time picking.
You got to
against
look at the
Ohtani.
top
And
four in that.
you know who's
team.
not mentioned? Freddie
Freddie
Freeman,
Freeman.
who's really good.
Or Tyler
So,
Glasnow.
who's really good when he's healthy.
Or Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Who
He's really good
We
when
haven't
he's
really
healthy.
gotten to figure that out yet.
Yeah.
I don't feel like.
He's
Which
gonna
I
be
think
healthy
he'll be
soon.
fine. And the last team
And
is
Kershaw, by the way.
I think I don't know if you were a part of this conversation. I don't know if it was over group chat or when you were at my house, but the Diamondbacks because they have a play. No, it was a podcast. We did talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ketel Marte.
Ketel Marte. Yeah.
He's really good.
Quietly putting
Didn't know
together
that.
an MVP year.
My rankings, you're gonna love that. All right. So let's start. Do you want to start at the bottom or start at the top? I think it's more.
Bottom.
Okay. 30.
Lawrence Butler.
Brent Ricker.
Xavier Edwards.
Makes sense.
29.
Jake Berger.
Jake Berger.
Tyler Fitzgerald.
Okay, so at least you weren't like
I'm not going to say that they're best players in the league, but I think they're the best players in the team. 28.
Andres Munoz.
Brandon Lowe.
Trying to think of who hold on.
You should have been right in
If
the
you
I really
want
should have
to,
written this
just
down.
kind of piggyback, it's fine.
I mean, who did I? Fuck. Blanking on his name. Shortstop. Marlins. Not Marlins. Fucking Nationals.
CJ Abrams.
CJ Abrams, yeah.
It's fair.
Yes. Jesus Christ.
So
it's a
I'll,
long day.
I'll segue into 27. I have CJ at 27.
CJ Abrams. Yep, me too.
Wow, look at us go.
Yeah.
26.
Yandi.
Ian Happ.
I'll hold
okay.
off until I'm gonna hold off until we get to the top 15.
Okay, that's fine.
That might be bold to put Happ over Abrams, but I track record. I factor
Yeah.
that. Also, it's hard not to think Ian Happ's the best player ever when you watch him hit against the Cardinals.
He's very good.
Might as well be God out there. 25.
Logan Webb.
Brenton Doyle.
Okay.
24.
William Contreras.
Hunter Green.
I like your list.
I put effort into it at 1 a.m. one night.
Well, I had to hurry up and do
Lucas
it
on Discord
this morning.
Well,
so-
I was like, what the hell are we going to talk about? I'm
Yeah.
like, let's just do this real quick. Because this is a nice, brief episode.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
23.
Ezekiel Tovar.
Ryan Helsley.
Ooh.
I don't like putting a reliever very high.
Technically the 23rd best player in baseball, according to you.
No.
That's crazy if you look at it this way.
Because I think there's a lot of people
Well, there is.
on
Like,
yeah,
the
but I
Dodgers in
get what you're saying.
particular.
22.
who have so many people. Garrett Crochet.
Yeah, I agree.
Really?
Yeah, true.
Okay. Well, 21 is Imanaga.
Brent Rooker.
Okay. Brent Rooker.
So I feel like our team rankings, like we've had the same, like even if we don't agree on the teams, the bottom 10
Pretty
players
much.
are
Yeah.
about the
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
same. 20,
Jaron Duran.
Logan Gilbert.
Okay.
Wish he could be higher, but there's a lot of good talent in Major League Baseball. 19,
Ellie.
Christian Yelich.
Ellie De La Cruz is just not that great to me. Like, he is, but like 20,
I know, I give you
20 home runs, 60 stolen
it.
bases, but
It's the
he's
same thing I've said about
What'd you
Javier
say,
Baez whenever it
66?
comes to that TikTok that keeps getting deleted. Just because you're flashy doesn't mean you're good.
So,
Yes.
did you see he had hip surgery out for the year?
Ellie?
Yeah.
Javi?
Javi.
No.
I don't believe it's hip surgery. I think it's like
you suck surgery.
Go
So
away.
leave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ellie has 66 stolen bases.
Jesus
66?
Christ.
Is that what you said?
60. I know he has 60 at least.
Fuck, that's still a lot.
That's insane.
18.
Royce Lewis.
Eric Skubal. Oh, you're going to like. Can't wait to get there.
You put Skubal at. Oh my God, I put Skubal so much higher than that.
17.
Corey Seager.
Zach Wheeler.
Okay.
16.
Alec Burleson.
That's insane. Fernando Tatis Jr.
I think I told you I was going to put Alec.
That's got to be biased.
I told you I was
Yeah,
going to. No, it's not. No, it's not.
I love Alec Burleson as a personality, top 5. As a player, I'm not opposed to him on this list. But over some of these guys, 16?
Over Ellie De La Cruz?
I'm
not the biggest Ellie fan either, but he's
like
better than Burleson, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I told you there was gonna be some bias there. I was gonna put him in the top 10.
15.
Of course you were.
Ketel Marte.
I don't love where I put this.
Tell Marte.
Francisco Lindor.
15? Wow.
Lindor. Really?
Oh, wow. He's so low on Ketel Marte compared to my list.
I
put Lindor 15. I don't love that, but I am low on Ketel Marte. I am a Mets hater. I won't shy away from that. Fair. So it's quite biased. 14.
I put Aaron Nola.
Kyle Tucker.
Yeah.
13.
Manny Machado.
Rafael Devers.
Same thing, almost.
Yeah.
12.
Skubal.
Royce Lewis.
Okay.
So we literally just swapped. Didn't we just swap Lewis
pretty
and
much.
Skubal?
I am really high on Royce Lewis.
I just got to see a full season
Fuck the Twins,
first.
but go Royce Lewis.
I got to see a full season first. I
think he's played about a full season worth of games, and I feel like if that's what he is, and he'll get better.
Oh, he'll be top 10 next year if that's the case.
Yeah, top 5. 11.
Jordan.
Paul Skeens.
Wow.
Wow.
It's hard to beat some of the guys in the top.
Right.
One of them, I don't know.
Holy crap, like Polsky. I don't necessarily disagree, but
I could flip him in 10. What do you have at 10?
Paul Skeens.
I have Corey Seager at 10.
I feel like
Paul Skeens.
I would
also have
at
Corey Seager at
17. Yeah, that's crazy.
Corey Seager's really good.
He is good.
He's having a down
sneaky
year.
good.
He's having a down year by his standards.
And it's still good.
He's had whenever we get into like this whenever we get done with this, like I'm gonna read into a segment, but I think he's got a sneaky case to be in the Hall of Fame.
I agree. Totally. 100%. 9.
Lindor.
Vladimir Guerrero.
I would say Ketel Marte.
Yeah, I low on
He's
Ketel
on
Marte.
there. 8.
Jose Ramirez.
Mike Trout.
Jose Ramirez
Yeah,
too.
I put Mike Trout higher.
I want to, but I feel like nowadays you got to factor in the injuries. He's still good, not what he used to be. I think top 10 fair, 8. I think 8's fair.
Yeah.
7.
That's where I'll put Mike Trout.
Vladdy Jr.
Jose Ramirez. So we're kind of all in the same agreement, right. 8 through 9 or 7 through 9 there.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. 6.
Gunnar Henderson.
Gunnar Henderson.
Yep.
Bryce Harper.
Okay.
Fair, actually. That's fair.
I mean, yeah. Okay. I don't hate that. I love Bryce Harper. Number 5.
Trout.
Ketel Marte.
Mookie Betts. For my list, I'd have to put Mookie Betts there.
Mookie, yeah. I think Ketel Marte is.
You put Ketel Marte at 5?
That's crazy, but
He's
I don't disagree.
I have him at what did I say? 15? You have him at 5?
Might be a little high, but
yeah.
I'm not going to shy
That's
away
okay.
from it.
I mean, I put Trout at 5. I feel like, I don't know.
That's a bold. That's a kind of a bold take for nowadays.
Yeah.
He's still good, though. I don't want to sound like our counterpart, but he's still that good.
Yeah.
4.
Bobby Witt.
Acuna,
yeah.
I put him just higher.
I think the top 3 should be pretty fair. Bobby Witt at 3.
I put Juan Soto.
Aaron Judge.
That's right. You didn't
at
put
3.
Judge.
Aaron Judge at 3.
Ooh. Curious. Oh, I know. I'm curious to see what your top 2 are. Number 2.
I put Acuna.
I put Judge. Izzy has to think about it.
Yeah, I gotta think. Holy shit. Fuck. Who have I not said?
You haven't said the clear and obvious number 1. And then
He's not my number 1.
He's not. He didn't pick him.
oh yeah.
Well, I mean,
I feel like for your list, then Aaron Judge should probably be 1.
He just put him at 3, I think, didn't he?
I did put it. Okay. I'll move my list around. I'll put Harper at 3 and Judge at 2.
It's number 1.
Bobby Witt
Ohtani.
Jr.
Oh,
I don't disagree. I picked Ohtani.
There is nothing on a baseball field that Bobby Witt Jr. cannot do. He's got over 20 home runs in the worst hitter
ballpark.
in the worst hitter-friendly ballpark in baseball.
Actually, if you, not beyond the home runs, have you just at home in general?
Hitting
400,
hitting 340. So the contact, he's hitting for 20 home runs in the least hitter-friendly ballpark in baseball, hitting 340, over 80 RBI, all on a team that doesn't give him any protection. He's the best fielding shortstop in baseball, and I don't even think that's up for debate.
At least the Royals are giving
he's a top 5 base runner in the league.
He has 27 home runs now too, which is
27.
insane.
Okay,
Yeah.
I knew the last I checked he had like 19.
Well, he's hitting a lot of home
2
runs
weeks ago.
lately, but at least he does have protection in the lineup this year. Because Salvi,
It's not much.
No, it's Salvi and
literally
Pascatino.
Pascatino and Salvi.
And
Because if
yeah.
you look beyond that, their offense is
They're not that good.
Just not great.
Nope.
Freddie
Like-
Fermin's when he plays, he's
good.
okay, but like
You and I were talking about this today, Josh, before class. But like, if you take Judge off of the Yankees, they're still a respectable team. They're gonna be
Jazz and Soto.
they'll
Soto's
battle
your best player in
They're
that case.
they'll battle for a playoff spot. Probably
Yeah.
get the last play. Probably sneak into the playoffs. Best case scenario. Without Bobby Witt, that team's
Salvi and
that team is up there with the A's and the White Sox. Is one of the worst in baseball.
Their
Also,
offense.
do you think that their manager is going to win Manager of the Year?
Quintaro?
Yeah.
No.
You don't? I mean, if they make the playoffs, he's going to win Manager of the Year.
I feel like he should. I mean,
There's no way because they were just so bad for the last so long.
I mean, I don't know. I don't really think
They've
too
had
much of
300 lost seasons in their last 5 years, and now if they make the playoffs, that's kind of.
I don't really debate manager of the year. I just don't think about it much. Like I don't know.
And well, we know who won't win it.
Pedro Grifol.
Well, that guy and Ollie. Shout out Grady Sizemore because he's making
Speaking
the
of
White
Ollie,
Sox.
now that
play.
we're done with that, we watched that video on Oliver Perez the other night.
yeah.
He looks just like Oliver Marmol.
He does. Yes.
Like insanely similar.
Speaking of Manager of the Year, do we think Mike Schilt wins
Yes.
it?
Yes.
Okay.
Genuinely, yes.
Yeah, I agree. Because like you lose Soto, you lose Carpenter, you lose Josh Hader, you lose Seth Lugo,
And you're still
a playoff team.
that or Torey Lovello. I know they
Yeah.
were in the World Series last year, but they've turned it around.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, I don't know who else would be. You can't really. I think Pat Murphy is an idiot.
He is.
Um,
Yes. I don't like Pat Murphy.
You can't really pick any of the central team. Who's the Mets manager?
Who's the Phillies manager?
Who is the Mets manager? It's like the guy that's normally in the spotlight. Phillies manager's Rob Thompson.
And he's I don't know. I think he's just got a good team.
Mets manager.
Why can't I think?
Carlos
of who
Mendoza, I think,
that
right?
is? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep, you were right. It's Carlos Mendoza. I should
Just
never doubt your
like
opinion.
I don't know. I don't know if he deserves it.
It's hard to gauge Manager of the Year too.
Snicker is a good manager, but he's got a shit team this year.
Well,
I think you have to go Shilter
They're not
Lovello.
shit. They're just injured to hell.
Yeah, I mean, well, and it becomes shit. Is what
Yeah,
I mean.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
I think Schilt's obvious winner, and that's just
I think
gonna
Lovello, and
be
as
a
much
nice
as I
punch to the gut for Cardinal fans when Mike Schilt win Manager of the Year.
I
just
think
dissed
I
him,
think
but-
he needs to win Manager of the Year for our front office to get something in their head that they need to change. They need to change their philosophies.
Yes.
well,
They need to stop being stubborn and just swallow their
I
pride.
have
and
my sources now, and the manager agrees.
Yeah, he does.
I sat in the
his
family
source.
section.
Ollie agrees, or wait,
Apparently,
So Ollie's wife, whatever, was talking about how Ollie, it always gets to him that people like hate on him and whatever. And
Yeah.
Ollie's response was, "Well, I feel like a puppet."
this girl that sat
So
in
that
front of
tells
the
you everything
ballpark
you
was
need to know.
talking about like the night that I went for the Grand Slam, and she was talking to us. She's like, "Oh, there's the family section over there." I'm like, well, I figured she was an attractive young woman, so I figured she was one of them.
right?
But she was talking about. I mean, it became clear that she wasn't. She's just a fan. But I guess she knew Ollie. She knew Ollie's family, and she was like, "I feel bad for Ollie because like it's not his fault. He feels like he's a puppet, but he gets all this shit from the media, and he's like, you just gotta." And I was like, well, why do I trust this woman? And then Ollie's wife came over and said hi, and I was like, that's a lot to just make up if you know the wife.
As someone who, whenever we first started, like shit on Ollie so much, and I shit on Ollie so much last year. I mean, Randy Carricker did say something the other day. It was either Randy Carricker or somebody, Bernie Miklasz, one of those two.
Yeah.
I watched a video like they did a sit down with Frank Cusimano, and I watched it on YouTube. And one of those two brought up a great point. It's like the same people that are complaining about Ollie
Complained about Mike Schilt.
are the same people who
No?
are the same people who want to see roster changes.
And that's all.
You said it
on-
best in one of our group chats. I'm not a big fan of Ollie, but to be fair, he hasn't been given the best front
I'd
office
love
work
to
with.
see what he does with at least 1 year with a team that is competent.
I
I
agree.
think there's problems on the coaching staff. I don't think it's Ollie.
I
They
don't-
need a new pitching coach and they need a new hitting
I was
coach.
gonna say, I think it's the two that are right next to him.
I
Turner
think
Ward
his
and
Dusty
Daniel Descalso.
I don't like his in game. I don't like all of his in game decisions. I don't like.
But I mean,
better
you're going to
lately.
have bad decisions over a
Right.
162 game season. I don't think there's not a lot of them to make it a problem.
I think,
and I don't like how. To me, my biggest complaint with Ollie is that like he doesn't seem to know how to fire up his players.
I agree. He got ejected and it worked, and it seems like that was
the
only thing he could do.
That's concerning to me.
That's how it does.
The fact that you have to get ejected to fire up your
team.
players. You look dead in the water in early May, but you get ejected and you turn it around. That's concerning to me.
I think given the offense he has, I think he does a good job with that lineup. Man, like sometimes the lineup's like
yesterday,
but like playing time.
I didn't like the lineup yesterday.
Like he uses his players right. I'm not going to say he's going to like line them up perfectly, but like Matt Carpenter is used perfectly, and it shows because he's having a good season.
Yeah.
But like pitching.
He overuses his bullpen, and I think he regrets that now because JoJo is not the same pitcher he was at the beginning. Neither is Kittredge, and Helsley's And then
but I don't feel like I feel like if you have a pitching coach, bullpen coach, that decision also lies on them a little bit as well.
Definitely. Who's the bullpen coach? Is it
Julio Rangel? I think.
What does Jamie Pogue do?
Catch.
He does catch.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but I don't know. I think, and I'll even go a little hotter and say it's not all on Mozeliak either. He sucks, but you can't make moves if you don't get the clearance and the money to do so.
But at the same time, you also need to have enough cojones as a man to look your boss in the eye and say, "You hired me to do a job. Let me do my job."
I think it's a pyramid, right?
I agree.
Like
DeWitt's at the top.
Yes,
that's not even up for debate.
And then you get a little bit more lenient with Mozeliak, but not too much.
Yeah,
and the rest of the front office, and then Ollie and so down.
I just at this point in the year, like how I've seen this Cardinals team do the off season since 2020. I just can't defend this front office anymore. I used to be able to defend them, but it's like
it's not going to change it.
You guys do the same thing every offseason. You expect a different result.
Genuinely, the best thing they've done, like as one, is probably this trade deadline, getting Fam Fetty and Armstrong.
I know you weren't high on the trade deadline, but
I'm not high on
Armstrong's been really
good. If Carlson wasn't so good on the Rays, does the Armstrong trade really look that bad? He's been pretty good.
Armstrong's been good.
I'm not really high on Eric Fetty simply because of the fact that
his track record sucks.
Yeah,
I agree. He's looked pretty good.
Out of his four, I think his
first start was rough, but he's been pretty good since.
I think he's at 4. I think two of his 4 starts are really good. Tommy Pham has kind of been irrelevant since that Grand Slam. So
that's okay. We were there.
That
was really. I remember. I said the night that I was at the game with my mom, before the end of that game, like that's probably the most exciting thing I'll see all year. And then Nolan Arenado Grand Slam.
Yeah,
I've seen some great games for a average team. Yeah. We'll be 500. That's fine. Way better than last year. Yeah. I've seen some pretty cool stuff.
We're already better than last year's team, which is saying a lot. But
improvement. I'm big on process, right? You got to put the process in place to keep being good. At least we're improving.
I think
it'd be great to make the playoffs.
There's really not a whole lot that the Cardinals need to do to be better. The bullpen could stay the exact same next year, and we'll be fine.
I think you need to alleviate some of the bullpen because we have a lot of good.
Because we're still 9th in bullpen ERA, so
I think we need to go out and get more quality pitching.
Starting pitching, yes.
If we do that, you need to alleviate your starting depth because you have.
Because here's the problem: you have Sonny Gray for next year. That's a problem. You have Eric Fetty for next year.
Miles
and probably you have Michaelis.
Matz.
Hopefully he leaves, and I hope Matz leaves too. And I hope they pick up the option on Gibson and forget Lynn.
I don't hope they pick up the option on Gibson.
I think Gibson has
started to be rough.
He is, but he has really good starts sometimes and then really bad starts sometimes.
I think what you do with the rotation depends on what you do with Gibson and Lynn.
Also, I think
I agree.
Based off how Palante finishes the year, you got to look at Palante.
So, right now, you have 7 starters for next year. I agree. You need more quality starters, but what are you going to do?
You have to trade Matz and Michaelis.
They're pending free agents. You have
but
to.
The problem is their contracts are kind of high for what they.
You can trade Matz. I think somebody would take Matz. Nobody's going to take Michaelis.
I was going to say no one. I don't think anyone's willing to pick up $18 million.
Let's be honest,
because Matt's when he's healthy.
Yeah, is Michaelis 18? Is that what he is?
Yeah, 17 and a half.
I think it's
so. That's not going to just sit in the bullpen. No. They're not going to be okay with letting $17.5 million sit in our bullpen.
I think they trade Matt simply because when he's healthy, which is not rare or common, he's not bad. Somebody will see that and be like, "Oh, we can fix him."
He'll go back to the Mets or something,
the Blue Jays or something like that. He seems like a reunion.
But it's
guy.
I think genuinely Sonny Gray. Now he's given up 19 home runs this year, which is more than. It's the same as his last 2 years combined. He gave up 9 in 2022 and 10 in 2023, and he's given up 19 in 2024.
He's still a dominant pitcher with a major, all of a sudden, home run problem.
And it's a lot.
Yeah, it's like where did it come
that
from?
Day that the Reds hit back-to-back home runs against him, he threw the same pitch twice and wondered why that happened.
So, how much do you think is on the catcher? Because I have a thing that I've been put on.
Pages is better.
I agree. I love Wilson Contreras.
Yes, he can't. He's not a defender.
But I guess my question after Izzy finishes.
To quote, this is a football coach that has said this. Do you guys know? Or are you guys aware of the Netflix docuseries Last Chance U?
I know it. I've never watched it.
Okay. In season 3, the head coach of what was he was the head coach at the time. He's not there anymore. The Independence Community College Pirates. Their head coach Jason Brown said, and I quote, "If your guy, it doesn't matter what you call." He was talking about offensive plays, but I think this can apply to catching. It doesn't matter what you call. If you believe that it's going to work, you will execute. I think something's in Sonny Gray's head mentally. I think he gets in his own head, which is easy to do as an athlete. Yes. But I don't think it's all on catcher. I think he doesn't trust himself.
Genuinely,
sometimes.
I think it's kind of the same situation with Jordan Walker in a way, where he was signed here to be the guy, and now that's all in his head. Anytime he messes up, oh no, he sucks.
And it doesn't help that they have the training wheels on him.
And it's Jordan Walker the same way. I'm supposed to be the big prospect,
To point in Jordan Walker, I will use hope in another player. They both worked with Ryan Ludwig, right?
Victor Scott the second.
Victor Scott has really good.
Really good.
So if it was one adjustment for Victor Scott to be that, Jordan Walker can do the same thing.
Yeah.
I think Ryan Ludwig needs to be our hitting coach then.
Yes.
I think if Ryan Ludwig can go to Victor Scott and be like, hey, fix this one tiny little thing, and he's probably hitting 300 in the last week or so.
Jordan Walker can do the same thing.
And Jordan Walker needs to go to Ryan Ludwig and be like, okay, what's wrong? And then he'll fix him, and there you go.
So the catcher discussion I wanted to ask. I love Wilson Contreras. I don't think he needs a replacement. He's not going to catch forever. I think eventually he probably becomes long-term DH, at least part-term catcher.
Yes.
Who is your long-term catcher?
Pedro Pajes.
I love Pedro, but I don't think that's the answer. I don't think he's here yet.
You think
look what Jimmy Crooks is doing in the minors.
I just can't trust a double-A catcher to be
those numbers are
guy.
just
I know, but
staggering. Have you?
I have not.
Heard of Jimmy
I don't
Crooks?
think I've heard of this guy.
He's let me see.
He's something to be reckoned with offensively. You can't ignore it.
No, you can't ignore how good he is.
Especially when you have offensive
that's what we were
struggles
talking
in the
about.
majors.
What happens now if Herrera or Pajes gets hurt in the last month of the season or whatever? Who
you
comes
call up Jimmy Crooks or this Gavin
this
Collins
year
fella
in Double-A, he is hitting a whopping 321 with 11 home runs.
920 OPS, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
As a catcher, which is great, but again, it's Double-A.
So my thing is, and I don't remember if I was talking to somebody about this. Double-A, we always seem to have these guys that have insanely good offensive seasons. Yeah. And then they get to Memphis.
And then they suck.
What's I know it's a level.
It has to be the player development.
Yeah, that's what is
and you talked about Carlson, doing good with the Rays. It's like if that doesn't tell you that it's a Gary LaRock.
Yeah. He needs to go.
If that doesn't tell you that Gary LaRock has got to go, I don't know what will.
Ancient philosophies.
Because it's I know I talked about it in the group chat earlier, but it's like just because you're I had this discussion with somebody this past summer. It's like just because you're a top prospect, that doesn't mean you're supposed to pan out, which I agree with to an extent. But if you look at our track record, I mean, Alex Reyes, Jack Flaherty, Dylan Carlson. It's too soon to tell, but Nolan Gorman and Jordan Walker, Tyler O'Neill.
I mean, you go down the list. I mean,
Carson Kelly, Randall Grichuk.
Andrew Kisner.
Yeah, that's like.
Not all the same stat.
But that.
Oscar Tavar.
Yeah, Oscar Tavar.
I can't really.
Yeah, I know, but he kind of sucked in his first year here.
He's still in
concerning.
That list.
It's concerning.
The only one really is Mason Wynn.
Mason Wynn's the only
and Burleson now.
Mason Wynn's the only top prospect that you can make the argument has lived. But
we got to make sure we don't have another one year.
It's weird because you know what Brendan Donovan was when he got called up. He was like our 31st prospect.
But that's what we do well.
And Newell was the same way.
Random
Tommy
guys
Edman was
that
the same way.
do really good, and that becomes our stars.
Yeah, Tommy Edman, Lars before they were all the same.
The fact that we can develop the no names, but we can't develop the
stars.
That is concerning.
Yeah, no, I agree.
That is very concerning.
Puzzling that even makes sense.
That is the biggest reason why. That's the biggest reason why the Cardinals haven't been as good the past few years.
Because they develop the utility, supplemental guys that become useful, but not the superstars.
They develop the guys the depth guys.
Yes. Now Brendan Donovan is probably one of the best players on the team.
I don't disagree,
but I get what you're saying. You have to have that star power to go with it and pitching, and you can't do both. You can't develop either.
It's just weird to me. I don't know. Like the Cardinals are weird because it's like.
They have ancient philosophies.
They brought Jordan Walker back to the major leagues to be a platoon hitter against left-handed pitching when he's better against right-handed pitching.
Then they optioned him and called up Luke and Baker to do the same thing a week later.
Yeah. And Luke
Which makes more sense in the first place because Luke and Baker doesn't have anything to prove.
Because Jordan Walker got 12 at-bats.
So. I've said it since June. it pisses me off how we have the training wheels on Jordan Walker, but not Nolan Gorman.
They're on now.
Now they're on.
Yes.
And I think...
Have you seen the update? They've faster bat speed, apparently. So... whatever that means.
It's not bat speed. It's pitch decision.
That's what they're working on. They're working
on
bat speed with Nolan Gorman. So wrong things.
Okay, he'll suck. Next year, I think your thing that you do with spring training next year is I like Nolan Gorman. I don't think you trade him.
You know who the Cardinals
You don't
signed?
give him the job. You let him earn it.
Make him earn it back. Yes.
Because honestly,
he's only 24.
You have Donovan could be your starting second baseman by the end of the year. JJ Weatherholt will hopefully be there, but he's kind of sucking.
He kind of sucks too.
He does kind of
but
suck.
I don't think that'll last.
Yeah, no. But I think the Cardinals need genuinely to go and get a DH that can genuinely DH. And my answer is Teoscar Hernandez for next year.
I was going to say JD Martinez.
Or him.
I don't know if he's a pending free agent, though. I don't know how many years he signed.
Or like my other one was Jock Peterson, but like...
He's old.
I like Jock Peterson. No, I don't think he's not too old. But I think it's concerning that he only hits against lefties or righties.
I know that...
You got to have a guy that does both.
I know that Teoscar's going to go re-sign with the Dodgers.
Oh, he's going to get a mega contract. Who's been insane.
But I think we should try. Because what's the harm in that? Yes, Nothing. He strikes out like Nolan Gorman.
Even if you get him for 2 years and not like 5, who cares?
Yeah, he strikes out like Nolan Gorman, but he has 24 home runs. He won the home run derby. He proves that he can hit. So
I believe in some of our hitting prospects, but a lot of them are so far away. You need a bridge guy like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Someone that is impactful, but not. You don't need a 10-year deal.
Like they're not going to be the long-term answer, but
just something to get us to our next round of guys.
Yeah.
Because genuinely, I think
if you have more protection for like Burleson and Wynn, they get better too.
100%.
And it's
obviously
not Goldschmidt.
We're not going to sign a DH, so like Jordan Walker will probably end up being our DH.
Hope we don't sign Goldschmidt.
I mean, either.
I love Goldie.
Genuinely, I think our outfield next year should be Newbar, Scott, and Siani, which is an insane not hitting.
Defense is going to be so much fun.
The defense would be insane.
I disagree on the not hitting. I think Siani and maybe I don't think you get what Scott's done the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, no.
To be fair to Newport, he has been injured, so I think that plays a lot to it.
Siani batted
because he's proven that he can put together solid offensive numbers.
Yeah,
Siani batted 300 over the summer.
He did. Yes.
I mean, I don't think you get that either. He bats 270 and plays defense like that.
We'd be the best defensive outfield.
He's worth having.
I mentioned on Twitter whenever I said that we have the training wheels on Gorman. Or we don't have the training wheels on Gorman. I said that on Twitter, and someone goes, "Well, you don't have the training wheels on Siani either." Michael Siani can hit 201.
You're not depending on Michael Siani.
Yes,
Michael Siani's defense is why he plays.
Yep.
You cannot look at the defense that he plays in center field and keep that on the bench.
Anything you get offensively is a plus.
Yep.
Yes.
And
genuinely.
It just happened that for a 8-week span, he batted 290.
Yep, and then got hurt, which he'll be back September 1st. He's going to go on a rehab assignment.
I think that we go as Siani goes. I'm biased. I love Michael Siani. But we did really well.
It's crazy because
lost him and we sucked.
When the rosters came out at the beginning, they were like, "Who the fuck's this guy?"
No, last year I was pushing for him to why is this guy on our 40-man roster?
Yeah.
We have so many after. He's not bad.
I genuinely think if they re-sign Goldschmidt, it just it'll further prove that the organization really doesn't either care
more on what appeases fans. And it's really the casual fan.
Did you see what the attendance got announced at yesterday?
28,000.
28,640.
It keeps getting every game. It keeps getting lower.
And Katie Wu said that maybe a fourth of that came, which is just insane. Yep. Did you hear what the Padres announcer said?
Yeah, they were talking about how it's just weird.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not really, because the Cardinals fans are fed up.
This is what they get.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
I can't
makes it great for the last couple of games.
I know people are saying we should trade everybody and let the prospects play next year. I don't agree with that. I don't think we're that far away from contending.
No, we just need a couple things.
Charlie Marlowe said it best. They need to retool, not rebuild.
Yep.
Yes, they're not bad.
They have the pieces to build around with Wynn, Burleson.
They just need a couple.
Yeah,
Wynn, Burleson, Arenado are kind of your main three. Donovan.
I know we've talked about it, but I don't know if I've talked about it. I hope Matt Carpenter comes back next year. He's been pretty good off the bench.
Were you so happy when Brandon Crawford got released?
Oh God, I damn near
celebrated. Man, his heartfelt message he gave to the Cardinal fans was kind of nice.
I didn't read it.
I didn't read it either. I didn't care.
He played 20 games.
He was like, "Thanks for letting me live out my 14th season in the big leagues."
In mid-May, his batting average could have passed a DUI.
Home run against the Phillies was fun though.
Oh my God, that was the best day ever.
That. It was random.
I do think Brandon Crawford will re-sign with the Giants just to end his career there for the last 30 games, and he'll kill the Cardinals in that 3-game series.
We'll have some miraculous playoff hopes that are still alive, and he'll end them because that's the Cardinal way.
Yep. But it's genuinely, we're not far away.
No.
You need to go. I don't know who the starter free agents are next year.
I think it's thin.
Yeah,
but you find somebody.
I think Corbin Burns has an option, but I think
he'll stay with the Orioles. Yeah.
The Orioles will.
There's people out there. I don't know. I just think it's.
Well, yesterday I was scrolling through Instagram, and I thought this would be a little fun thing to discuss. It's a kind of a pyramid. This is from picture clips on Instagram. I don't know if you guys follow them.
Name's familiar. I don't think I follow, but
so it's like a Hall of Fame pyramid. No,
I did see this. Yep.
I want to see how much you guys agree with this. They have 4 players who are in the they could retire today category and be in the Hall of Fame. Those players are Mike Trout,
yes,
Justin Verlander,
yes,
Max Scherzer,
yes,
Clayton Kershaw.
100%. Clayton Kershaw is a top 10
I
pitcher
think
ever.
there are a few guys you could add in there, but I also think those guys are shoe-fire Hall of Famers. I think Zach Greinke could be in there.
He should be.
And it's 2 players I'm getting ready to...
Is Greinke on the list because
No.
he's not active?
No,
He's a
not
surefire.
active. Since he's not active, I don't think he's on the list. But there's 3 players in the probably category that I would say is yes. That I think could retire today and be in.
Okay.
Jose Altuve.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
As much as I hate the guy.
Because you look at second baseman, historically, his numbers are pretty...
He's a top
They're
5.
up there.
He's
I
arguably
think.
a top 5 second baseman.
Yeah, I think we talked about that when we first started.
We did.
And I think he's a Hall of Famer.
Freddie Freeman.
Yes, without a doubt.
It's not there yet, but it will be.
Okay.
He's getting better with age.
As long as he plays
by the way,
4 more good years.
This is all the probably category. So Altuve and Freeman, I both think are going to be Hall of Famers.
I agree. I mean,
Mookie Betts,
yes, I think you kind of have to.
Paul Goldschmidt.
The MVP helped.
The MVP does help.
But I mean,
He doesn't have the accolades, but he has the numbers.
I don't think he'll be first ballot,
He'll get in.
but I think he's done enough to get in.
Yeah, and they love the off the field stuff, the voters. So
These next 2 are going to be pretty controversial, in my opinion. Aaron Judge.
So
I don't think Aaron Judge should be in the probably category.
he's got a 50 WAR in his career, and I know WAR is not the end all, but I know the writers look at it.
he'll
Yeah.
get
But his
in on, like,
counting
his
stats
5th
are
time.
just not there because he hasn't played enough.
I agree. I agree. If he
He didn't even have 1,000 hits in his career.
until
He's like
recently,
right
yeah.
there.
Yeah, if he
Oh, did
plays-
he get it the
he
other
just
day?
got it, yeah.
Okay.
If he plays another 4 years, that's
yes.
another 200 homers.
I agree.
It'll
If
be
he-
500.
If
Yeah.
he plays another 4 years, he will get it. But I don't think.
I think
As of right now, I think it's too soon to put him in the probably category.
and he'll play another 4 years.
But if
Yes.
he,
He'll probably play longer than that.
Shohei Ohtani.
Yes.
There's
Simply,
not even a
I think you
doubt.
put Ohtani in there simply because what he's done in modern baseball will never be done again.
Fair.
Whether it's been done as well as people think, I just think you put him in there. I don't.
Fair.
He has to be, like,
Yes. I think he would. He shouldn't even be in the probably. He should be in the.
simply because he's a unicorn.
100%.
And I don't like to just put people in because of what their skill set is, but he is so unique. You have to.
Yep.
My boss and I have had this discussion before, and like, I think more players could do what he's doing if teams would just allow it to
Take
happen.
the training wheels off and allow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like Mason Wynn.
Jack Cagley, the guy the
Jack
Royals took.
Pagliona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
I
not,
think
but
he
his
could do
college pitching numbers weren't great. But the
Right.
fact that he hit like 400 with
Phillips.
40 homers and just decided that he was Brett Phillips is bad at everything.
Hey, if the Yankees sign you, you got to be decent at something.
All right. Speaking of the
The
Yankees,
bullpen's weird.
speaking
Yes.
of the Yankees, the next guy in the probably category,
Soto?
Garrett Cole.
No,
Really?
I disagree. I agree. I don't think Garrett.
I don't
Cole's
think it's. I don't think it's.
I don't think-
impossible. I just don't think.
I don't
right
think
now.
he should be in the probably category.
You think he should be?
I don't think. I think he should be in the it's going to be close category.
He had
I
like
agree.
such good years though, and then like this year he's been really bad.
I don't think it's like impossible. I agree. I don't think he's
I think
done.
it's- yeah.
Like if he
Yeah.
retired right now, I think it's close. I don't think it's a shoe in.
I agree. I don't
I
think.
I
It's
agree.
if he retires today, I don't think it's a probably.
No, I agree.
Yeah,
100% agree.
Manny Machado.
We get same energy.
I agree. I don't think he should be in the probably category, and the same with as much as it. Actually, I don't know. Nolan Arenado was the last guy in the probably category.
I think I saw
His
the
defense sets
day
him apart.
I
the other
agree.
day the broadcast put up numbers comparing him to Scott Rowland, and he's better in almost every category.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think if Rowland's a Hall of Famer,
Yeah, I agree.
yes,
I agree because I don't think Scott Rowland should be a Hall of Famer.
But they and then made the well, you got the cores. I am so tired of people saying that.
Yeah.
you still did it,
OPS plus. His OPS
and
plus
it's
yeah.
really good. So I think
All right. Now
Yes.
these players are going to be in the it's going to be close category. Two of them I think should be switched to the probably category, and those are the 2 players I'm going to start out with: Kenley Jansen and Craig Kimbrell.
both yes.
Both,
I
yes,
agree. I
without
agree
a
they're both
doubt.
in the
You have four, I think the echelon for Hall of Famer. If you get 400 saves, Hall of
Yeah,
Famer.
look at how long they both have pitched.
Yes, exactly. And
Kenley-
they're both going. I think the Orioles took Kimbrel out of a closer spot, which makes me mad because he's not bad.
Right.
But Kenley, there's no reason why he can't get 500.
Have you
saves.
seen his velocity though?
Kimbrel?
Jansen. Kenley.
Oh, is it bad?
Yep.
Really?
Only 88 is about what he's.
But is it effective? I haven't checked.
Yeah,
He'll be
it
fine.
is.
I mean, once you learn how to pitch without velo,
he's averaging
and you have a
92
second
this year,
coming.
but lately it's been. But yes, that cutter's always been disgusting.
I think Kenley, if he'll get to 500 saves, he's got to be within 70. He's got a couple years here into him.
Salvador Perez,
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Fame. Which
I don't disagree.
This is the guy that we feel like's been in the league for 30 years, but he's only 33.
I don't think so.
Chris Sale.
No.
Too
many injuries.
Yeah.
Good pitcher. Going to win Cy Young this year. I hope.
Same with this next person, Jacob DeGrom.
No.
I sadly
Not
think he's
enough
not
longevity.
Yeah.
Insane peak, but not enough.
Kenley
longevity.
Jansen's at 444 saves.
So he's less.
Wow.
He's 56 away.
His career ERA is 2.5.
How old is Kenley? 37.
He is 36.
He'll get to 500.
I think
100% 500. Yeah.
If he gets to 500, yeah, he's a Hall.
I think he's a Hall of Famer now, but
He'll
I think
be 37 in September.
I agree.
450 even is that's got to be top
insane,
5,
yeah.
right?
I don't know the saves list, but
I know Hoffman's up there, Rivera's up there, and I think K-Rod might be up there.
I think
too,
you're
but
right.
I don't know.
This next guy, you made a good argument for whenever we first started. Giancarlo Stanton.
He is.
Okay.
I think
I think it's going to be close, but I
had
think
a
he'll
really
eventually get
good
it.
year this year, which is good because I feel like if he can continue to be good, he hits 500. I think he's right around 500.
Yeah.
Hall of Famer.
I
Has
agree.
to be.
I agree. If he continue, I think it's going to be close, but I think he's going to get
In
it.
his peak, there's nobody that's more of a prolific home run hitter than Giancarlo Stanton. And his swing, I know they don't look at that, is effortless enough. I think it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You have
I thought
to.
it was so fun when
Love Giancarlo.
Judge, Soto, and Stanton went back to back to back the other day. That's got to be so much fun.
I hate the Yankees. I'm not huge on Judge. Is just he's the Yankee star. Nobody likes him.
Yeah.
And Soto, I kind of like Juan Soto, but I love Giancarlo Stanton. I just think as a baseball fan, that's great. That is just that's fun. Go that.
Kenley Jansen is 4th all time, and Craig Kimbrell's 5th all time.
How far? So I think they're both Hall of Famers simply because
Lee
of that.
Smith is at 478.
So it's not K-Rod.
Trevor Hoffman's at 601, and Rivera's at 652.
Kimbrel's and Jansen are tit for tat with each other, right?
Yeah.
Kimbrell's at 440. Kenley's at
444. So yes, I think they both.
There's nobody with 500 career saves. It goes Lee Smith at 478, and then Trevor Hoffman at 601.
I think Jansen will get there. I think they both overtake Lee Smith, and the top 3 are all. Lee Smith's a Hall of Famer, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You have to put those
I
two
agree.
in. I think honestly, it might be a hot take. I'd go for sure on both of them.
I'm surprised.
That might be.
I would put
a hot
both of them in
take.
the
Can we talk
probably
about
category,
a
but yeah.
obvious? I think the other obvious ones are Roldis Chapman.
Yes.
He's a Hall of Famer.
He's gotta be what,
He's the best
60?
lefty
he's not
of all
even
time.
he's not even in here.
I think you.
He's the best lefty. One of the best lefty relievers.
Maybe
of all time.
he's thrown 105 his whole career.
He's getting faster now because he had that lull with the Royals
Yeah.
where he was only throwing 98, 97.
Now he's back to
105.
Again, I think that's something you have to consider
Chapman
with the Otani. That's a unicorn. Who throws 105 for 50 and never had an injury?
Chapman
Yeah.
is
As a lefty.
And you put
20th.
up good numbers. I think
Chapman has 325 saves.
the numbers are. He'll get to 400. Or I don't know. He's not really a closer anymore. He's just a.
No, he's kind of just there.
I don't know. I think
he's dominant now.
I think you don't give him the nod for sure, but I think you have to consider a role.
He's got is it the most strikeouts by a lefty?
Foreign-born lefty reliever,
Ever?
right? Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so. I heard something like
that.
The last category. Too early to call, but there's a chance.
I saw
This
there's
one
a
I don't
lot of
agree.
guys on this list.
This first guy I don't agree with, Carlos Correa.
No,
I don't think he's a Hall of Famer.
no, because outside of his couple of years in Houston, he's
Yeah.
The cheating years.
just really not. I mean, he's not bad. He's just
Francisco Lindor.
I think if he wins MVP this year, you can
Which
help
he
that
won't.
claim, which Nicotel Marte should.
Jose Ramirez.
Yes,
Yes, he should be.
he's on that track.
Alex Bregman.
No, I've never been impressed.
He's
I agree.
really not good this year either. He is, but
I think it's similar to
He
Hobby.
benefited a lot from the cheating years.
I think I was gonna say similar to Hobby. He benefited by the core around him.
I don't think Bregman's bad. He's
No.
better than Javi, but I don't think he's.
It doesn't take that much to be better than Hobby.
That's
gonna say
valid. I could probably.
Yordan Alvarez.
I love Jordan. I can't say yes yet, but
But I mean, these are all guys that you have to think on a track.
yeah.
And
I think out of the
agree with
names that
Lucas.
I've mentioned so far, he's the one that has the best chance to get in.
I agree with Lucas. He's the best pure hitter. One of the best pure hitters in baseball. You have to. I'll say yes. He's on that track.
Corey Seager.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree.
I think he's more than on that track. I think he's
Two
kinda-
World Series. I mean, I would
Two
put-
World Series
I would put him
MVPs
in the-
alone.
He
I
got
would
the
put
World
him
Series
in the
MVP when
probably-
Rob Manfred was drunk. He
Yeah.
gave him the trophy.
I would
with the
put
Dodgers.
Corey Seager in the probably category because 2 World Series on both the Dodgers and the
He's only 30. He'll get more
Rangers,
counting
yeah.
numbers. Yeah. No, I tend
really
to
good
agree.
seasons. Yeah.
Juan Soto.
I think he more than on track. The dude's
I agree.
25, 26 maybe
The
now.
only thing you said was I
100%.
hope his walks and stuff don't take away from his.
With his counting.
Because he walks so much, and people might not look at that, so they'll look at his counting stats and be like, "Well, he's not." That
I think
good.
as you get younger riders and like the older ones
People
get
won't
phased out,
understand that.
I think Juan Soto, if he retired today, you have a good claim, and he's 25 and has probably 15 years in front of him.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I can't wait to see the contract he gets from the Yankees probably after this year. Also,
I think Juan Soto, when it's all said and done, could be one of the best.
I looked
players
it up.
ever.
Corbin Burns is a unrestricted free agent for next year. So.
Funny enough, Corbin Burns is the
You
next
won't
guy
sign
who was
him.
just mentioned.
No, really?
No, I don't think he's
Corbin Burns. No,
Too early to tell, but
like
there's
3 years that are good.
but he won. He won. Well, he was my pick for Cy Young this year. He won't probably.
I don't think he's a Hall of Famer.
Zach Wheeler.
Yes.
You think so? Okay.
do.
I do. I agree.
He's had like 7 really good years.
I haven't looked too much into his stats, but okay.
I'm impressed. I think he'd be a great
It's the same thing. If the Phillies have to play somebody in the wild card series again,
Wheeler,
good luck.
Nola, Suarez,
Yep, good luck with that.
Sanchez, just keep
And then their
on.
bullpen
Taiwan
has-
Walker.
And whoever they can't put in their starting rotation can
Just
easily
join
come out of
an
the bullpen.
already good bullpen.
Yeah.
Yep, not fair.
Because they have
This
that,
next guy, I don't think should even be in this category. Blake Snell.
No,
No, I don't know. We talked about it. I think were you over? He's the worst, like Cy Young,
Yeah.
Yeah.
2-time Cy Young winner ever. He's never done anything.
Yeah.
He has 1 All-Star appearance.
Yeah.
He doesn't pitch long enough.
He's terrible.
He's the modern day starting pitcher.
he's been good though. Like this.
Yes,
year.
he's been very good. I don't think he's a bad pitcher. He's not a Hall of Famer. He's the
agree.
modern day starter.
I agree. Rafael Devers.
He's only 26, dude, probably.
Okay.
I'm not as sold on that one, but he's young.
Yeah,
he's got a lot of
probably.
years in front of him.
This guy, as much as I love this guy, I think it's too soon to even discuss this. But Bobby Witt Jr.
I agree.
Wow.
I think he's on that track.
Yeah.
He's not gonna
I don't
stay
know
on
if he's
this
on there,
trajectory
but
of this
Gunnar
year,
Henderson is also on
Gunnar
that list.
Henderson's not on this list.
Well, if Bobby Witt is, Gunnar should be in my
I agree.
opinion.
I don't think Bobby. I love Bobby Witt, but I don't think
He's
he
way
should.
too. He's 24. I mean, I know there's a couple guys that are
But
saying,
he's only
they've
been in the
around
league
long
for
enough.
3 years. That's
Yeah.
way too
Soto's
soon.
what, 2 years older, but he's been around for ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ronald Acuna Jr.
Yes.
Yes, if he can stay healthy. That's been a
Emmanuel
problem.
Clase.
Ooh, that's another one of those.
How old is Emmanuel
closers.
Clase?
He's 27, 28, I think. He's in his late 20s.
How many saves he's got in his career?
Mid to late 20s.
Because he's dominant.
Oh, yeah. Very
But
dominant.
for a closer, you have to get to, I think,
So
400
he's
saves.
26.
And how many saves he got? I know it's at least 100.
Let's go look. He has. Okay, that doesn't tell me. I love when things don't.
I'll do it. It's okay.
I'm the one that's baseball reference pulled up.
He has
Actually,
149 at 26.
ooh, that's tough.
20. What side of 26? Like just turned 26 or hitting 27?
He was born March 18th.
So he'll be 26.
Okay, I hope it's-
No, but
Because let's see, he in
it's not impossible.
I think he'll put up a convincing argument, but I don't think he'll get it.
He's really good.
He's
100%.
never. You know what his careir ERA is?
It's got to be in the ones.
1.71.
Jesus
So
Christ.
maybe. maybe.
Okay,
let's
maybe.
see. So
K per 9?
does it say on here? It might not say.
Are you on Baseball Reference?
I'm on MLB.com.
I'll look.
Okay, I'll let you look. You're already in the process of looking at it now. That's adjust my mic, and I really don't feel like adjusting my mic.
K per 9. It doesn't say K per 9 on here. Oh yeah, it does. His career K per 9 is 8.68.
Not really what I thought.
Yeah, I thought
but
it'd be higher.
he doesn't strike people out. He's never had a K per 9 above 10.
But his saves though, kind of insane.
Yeah.
He had
Yeah, if you take out 2023, which he was still good. He had a 3.22 ERA. He's
he
never
had
had
44 saves in 2022.
I'm talking about the ERA. Yeah. ERA alone, though, not great year.
He didn't
Have
play
you
in
seen what he's doing this year? 0.59 ERA. That's pretty good.
He's probably been second
has what?
only to Helsley in
He has
terms of the best
38
relievers
saves.
right
Yeah,
now.
he's
think
second
he's
in the
better.
league in saves. He's probably better than Helsley. Yeah, it's just
He's more consistent than
the
Helsley.
Twins or the Guardians have a better offense.
Weird to project relievers for Hall of Famers. So
I agree.
I think you can't deny it, but I don't know. Hard to say.
I agree. Vladdy or not Vladdy?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, Vladdy's on. Okay. Yeah. I agree.
100%.
Yeah.
No doubt. In 100%. Because now he's like a leader. He's what, 25?
Yep.
He's like the clubhouse leader.
He
of
was
the Blue
second
Jays.
in MVP when he was
20.
I
20?
still think
Yeah.
he should have won MVP over Ohtani.
He'll get his. He'll get
He had a
his.
batting average of. He had higher offensive stats.
He just didn't hit pitch.
while hitting.
Yeah, he just didn't
while
pitch.
hitting 50 points higher in average.
Did you hear?
It should have been a Vladdy that year. I will die on that hill.
Somebody on the Blue Jays said that if they put him at third base every day, he'd be one of the best defenders in baseball.
well, that's just not true.
Which
I don't agree.
I don't either.
I
but
can't believe he won a gold
I think
glove.
that's a high honor. I think is how I'd put it. I think
Yeah.
people clearly think a lot of him for 25. I think there's
People
no
really
doubt.
forget that he won a gold glove at first base.
He's really an all around player. People
Well,
look
it's
at him and see like fat haha.
He
like,
went from gold glove in 2021 to one of the worst defenders in 2022. So people are like, I don't know.
I know. I think he's in a Hall of Fame track.
The Blue Jays are weird. The Blue Jays. I mean, we watched the Blue Jays game the other day. They have they are, but who's on their team?
Joey Loperfido.
Oh, that guy.
You ever heard of Will Wagner?
No. Nope.
Get you familiarized. That guy's really good. Addison Barger. And they're a good team. I think they're fun.
They have George Springer still, who has 60 career leadoff home runs, which is kind of insane. Which is second all time or third all time or something.
Literally nuts. Gunnar Henderson will probably break that one day.
Because Ricky Henderson has the lead at 100
stupid
or something. Yeah.
3 more names.
Okay.
Brian said, "I'm ready." Well, our podcast is over, Brian.
Yeah, we're about to go to the seminar, Brian.
Fernando Tatis Jr.
Well,
if he can get back to what he was before his PED suspension, which hard to say if that's what he is.
Right.
Yes. But I think he's really good. I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer. I need more.
I don't disagree.
Because he's only
I need to see more
too, right?
He can't get in, though, right?
What?
The PEDs, he can't get in anyway.
I don't know. I don't think that'll. I don't know. It happened so early in his career.
Yeah, I mean, that's a weird thing to me. It's Robinson Cano was the idiot that ruined his Hall of Fame career by
it happened
doing
late in his career, so it's hard to say how.
He did he had it twice, right?
I think Robinson Cano is still a Hall of Famer. But people are going to act like, well, how long was he on PEDs?
Well,
I don't
know what
think
he hit
it
in
was
Mexico this year?
A lot.
That's what I want to tell you when you're done, after you get through this list. This is very exciting.
We'll talk about Mexico.
Josh Hader.
No.
I agree.
Yeah, no.
And last, but certainly not least, Christian Yelich.
No.
I agree.
I'm going to spend $26 next year. It's all year. It's not monthly. $26 for the year. And have subscription to Mexican League Baseball.
Why does that not shock me?
Because have you seen the names that play
Jason
down
Hayward
there,
signed
man?
with the Astros.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
What the hell?
The names that play down there? Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, we were looking through it. It's kind of cool. Like
It's
Jose
the who's
Martinez.
who of random players. I love it.
He would love it, yeah.
I would be...
We were watching
Yeah, it's
one
right
of...
up your alley.
We were watching one of Trevor Bauer's starts, and he was like, "Is that Ruben Tejada?" And
He
we're
went
like,
to-
"Yeah."
he went
Ruben
against
Tejada's in that
Tejada.
league? Holy shit.
Jose Martinez, Taylor Motter, which I...
Fuck him.
Yes.
Fuck him to hell.
But, what? I have to watch this.
Yep.
I have to watch this.
It's kind of insane. But yes, anyway, Robinson Cano hit 400.
Wow.
But you're also facing the quality of AA pitching with Trevor
Yes.
Bauer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Spencer Patton was talking about whenever
It's not good.
he was talking about how
He's down there.
almost didn't want
You know
to.
that.
I don't think he's going to go back though.
I mean,
From the
at some
conversation
point,
I
it's
heard with him, he said it's the same about traveling AA. He's like, it's not worth it. He's like,
Probably not great.
He said, I'm too old to be doing this.
He's 36, right?
Out
Had his
there,
career.
yeah. Oh yeah. He graduated high school in 09. I want to
Oh,
say.
shit, yeah. So he's had his career. Yeah. No, but I think it's fascinating. I don't care if the broadcasters don't speak English. I'm going to watch it.
Of course you are.
Mexican
Fuck
League
yeah.
Baseball.
What? No, what? Watch it. I'm calling it now. He's gonna come back next year speaking fluent fucking Spanish around this. He's gonna be sending us voice messages in our group chat around this time next year, speaking fluent Spanish. We're gonna be like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "Oh well, I
Watched the Monclavas play last night. I was into it.
You're gonna learn Spanish just by watching.
Yep.
Spanish.
They talk so fast. It's kind of
That's
hard.
the hard part.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I mean, baseball's a language that speaks for itself. You don't need.
Yeah.
I don't need to know.
Yeah.
I mean, it helps, but
100%.
no. Winter warm-up jerseys this year are gonna go crazy. Lucas is gonna be there. I hope you come. I know. I don't know. It depends.
It
what
depends on
you're
what it depends
looking
on
like, but I think that'd be fun. I have a plan. I'm gonna get 2 jerseys. I have to have these 2 jerseys.
Siani,
Yep.
You can guess the other one.
Yes, you can.
starter,
No. Catcher.
Paz.
Yeah.
There you go. He loves his backup catchers. Like, watch this. Who's the backup catcher on the White Sox?
Chucky Robinson.
There you go.
Of course you know that.
Because
Who?
he's the only.
Yep, he's the only black catcher.
Okay, I
that's-
didn't know if I could say that, but he is.
He's been the only. He's
He's the only black catcher in the last 40 years.
Yeah.
So good for Chucky.
which is kind of insane.
Yeah.
But he's
kind of
only-
hoping his name's also Chucky.
Which is why I really loved.
Well, there was a player on Wisconsin's basketball team that killed Illinois for years, his name was Chucky Hepburn, and was not even close to being black.
Speaking of,
or not even white.
I think to wrap up, I did a fantasy football league yesterday. Draft,
Yes!
with Tommy and Sydney and all those folks. I didn't take it seriously at all. I drafted I went Brees Hall.
This is what Chucky Hepburn looks like.
Oh, he's a good looking dude. So
Let's see if Lucas agrees.
oh boy,
I went with I saw a bunch of people on social media talking about Brees Hall, and I had the 3rd pick, so I picked Brees Hall. And then I thought third overall, yes. I don't know.
That's a stretch.
I know shit about football.
That's a stretch, but he's a good player.
So, and I thought I needed a quarterback, so I went CJ Stroud.
That's a really good pick too.
And then I took Derrick Henry. And then I started to get bored.
Derrick Henry, I would have been like,
so
you should have FaceTimed me whenever you're doing this.
I was on FaceTime with Tommy and Sydney trying to figure it out. So kicker, if you know me, I draft by names because I think it's funny. You got to know who I took a kicker.
Matt Gay.
Young Hook Who.
Oh, Young Hoku?
Yeah. Which I had him before, and he was good. He's
probably the best. He's probably the best kicker in football.
I also picked
that's like
Deontay Johnson because he looked like a fun fella.
I think he's like a fourth string running back.
I know who Deebo Samuel is, but he's like the king of good.
I hate Deebo Samuel.
Cooper Kupp is good
because of the jersey that he wears. I hate.
Are you going to be
Samuel.
doing football TikToks, Izzy?
I'm going to be doing football TikToks starting Thursday, and I'm going to make a football TikTok every day leading up to the start of the NFL season.
I'm looking forward to that.
Shout out our TikTok.
Yeah, shout out our TikTok.
Yeah,
follow us on TikTok at DontKnowBall. We post great videos.
Don't Know Ball podcast.
But my bench is where it's at, though.
Yeah, we got to get to the bench before we talk about TikTok.
Jackson Smith and Jigba. I know he's Cannon's brother.
He's a good player.
He is Cannon's brother.
I also took Kyler Murray because I had to. Lad McConkey.
Who the fuck is that?
I don't know. His name's Lad. Last name
what teams
McConkey.
he play on?
The Rams. The Chargers.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Yeah, he's not going to play.
Yeah. I took a tight end on the Titans.
What's his name?
Shigo Ziam.
Never heard of him.
Okonkwo.
Well, he was just doing funny names.
Yep. I took Chuba Hubbard. I'd heard of Chuba Hubbard.
Yep.
Chuba
Hubbard, yeah.
And then my last pick.
As a football fan, this is funny for me.
Ray McLeod III.
Well, just like
He
BJ.
still plays.
Shout out
Holy
BJ.
shit.
He's old?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. Shout out BJ. Yeah.
Shout out
That's
BJ.
my guy. He used my photos.
Ray McLeod.
That might have played into it.
That dude has been around since like 2014,
Had
2015.
no idea. I thought he had a fun name, Ray McLeod III. He's on my team. I was going to take Trace McSorley with my last pick.
Yes,
I'm like, fuck
Trace
that.
McSorley.
We're going
I love that song.
Ray McLeod III. So that is my fantasy football. I will keep everybody updated. But I think I need to get over to the seminar.
Yeah.
Well,
I was going to say.
Shout out our TikTok, and we started that, and we're going to be posting on that. The Fry videos at like 1,800
digital
views
guests coming up.
We do.
Or,
yes.
digital. I don't know. That doesn't sound right. Whatever. Discord
Virtual
guest. Yeah.
We have at least 2 in-person guests that we have to figure out.
I do need to talk to her.
If not 3, if you count your girlfriend. I don't know if she'd be in person or Discord. I don't know what's.
I wasn't aware that we were going to bring my girlfriend on an episode.
You talked about it. Like
I thought
the blind ranking.
TikTok.
Oh,
that was on TikTok.
I thought you meant. Okay, sorry.
Well, we could do whatever.
Yeah, I mean, my bad. I misunderstood.
No, you're good.
Yes. Shout out to.
So somewhere between 2 and 3.
Yes.
Yeah,
Shout out to TikTok because that's what we're posting on the most. And
Yep. Go TikTok.
I'm gonna start.
we're in
reaching out
200
to
view
some,
jail, so get us out, please.
We might blind rank Wingstop flavors, or maybe we'll go to every burger place in St. Charles and rate burgers. We'll have to figure that out.
I don't have the
Did I
money
tell you
for
we
that
tried
either.
Emo's fries?
Yeah, you did.
They were really good.
Really good. Okay.
They're too thick.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
because you get the flaky inside, but
Okay.
thin cut, good fries, not bad.
Maybe it's because we were under the influence.
I was drunk.
Yeah, maybe that's why. But like, nope. I think it was good.
I did too.
Okay.
Shout out Emo's and cheese.
I think we'll wrap it up
French
there.
fries.
Yeah. Thanks.
It's a good first episode back.
Yeah, thanks
we're-
for those you guys who've tuned into another episode of the Don't Know Ball podcast. Like we said, go ahead and follow us on all of our social medias. Don't Know Ball podcast, not Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. We're posting the most on TikTok, trying to get
Instagram.
trying to get out of some viewer jail. So yeah, go ahead and if you have any suggestions, let us know. And as always, have a great day.